So I've now seen episode 9 of Little Demon, and I liked it. It was mostly just the aftermath of the previous episode. So we got to see what Laura's being up to now that Chrissy's gone, and we also got to see what Chrissy's up to down there in Satan's realm. So let's talk about it. Laura ends up going to Darlene's beach house with her cousins and stuff, and basically just ends up fucking a HAG, because that's what people do when they're lonely. They get with weird creatures of the deep. That's what they do. But I appreciated this side of the story. This was the main focus of the episode, and this put Laura's perspective into more light, because the HAG is almost exactly like her, except instead of going after and caring for her daughters or whatever, she decided that she wanted to abandon her life and live out the way she wants to live her life. And as tempting as that was for Laura, she can't make herself do that, obviously. She loves Chrissy. She doesn't want to get rid of her daughter and that relationship that she has with her. So she could never do that. So obviously that ends up not working, and she leaves. A lot of media do this for some reason. A lot of media portray humans as the most emotional and most sensitive thing in existence, where I feel like that's not really true most of the time. Most creatures instinctively care and want their offspring to survive and do anything to make sure that they survive. Where that can be true most of the time for humans, but there's so many things. There's so many times where that relationship isn't there within humans because of weird egotistical or prideful things, or just financial reasons where that can't be possible for them to have that relationship. So I understand that Laura's the more emotional one of these two in this story, but that doesn't necessarily mean the HAG can't have an emotional side, and I hope that further on we do get to see more people have more emotions and make these other characters grow. I do understand the context of this story, but I just wanted to put that forth as well. It's so funny that I started off this series stating that Laura is probably one of my favorite characters, and still 9 episodes later, I feel like Laura is still one of my favorite characters. Somewhere in the middle, she did start to get stale because I felt like her character didn't grow at all, but now I feel like she has equal growth to everybody else now that we're coming up to the final episode of the season, which I'm assuming is episode 10, the next episode. On Chrissy's side, Satan's giving her a lot of freedom, so she's basically going off and doing what she wants. Obviously, when somebody has an episode like this, when they have all the freedom and can do what they want, that's when shit hits the fan and they end up realizing, oh, I have responsibilities for a reason. Oh, I can't do what I want for a reason because I'm still a fucking kid. And that's basically what she finds out, because she was following this popular chick demon, and it turns out these monsters that were looking like her crew ate her, and they were about to eat Chrissy, and she called for Satan. Satan didn't come. She called for Laura. Laura didn't come. She had to figure out how to do this on her own. And now she doesn't want to deal with either of them. She doesn't want to deal with either of them, doesn't want to see either of them. And she ends up going to Bennigan's place, of all places. Why would you go to the person's place who still hates you from the last couple of episodes? Where you really fucked them up. You really fucked Bennigan up. Anyways, I guess she called ahead of time. She went there, and Bennigan's family's tied up. That's right. We're finally going to see the dude who got his dick shot off in action in the next episode. He tied them up, and now he's going to fight Chrissy. Chrissy doesn't remember him because that was way back in episode 1. And now, yeah, I don't know what's going to happen. Obviously, Chrissy's going to defeat him, but it's going to be interesting to see what he does and how Laura and Satan come back into the picture. Are they going to help out, or are they not going to help out? It's going to be interesting to see what happens, because this dude's been preparing for this fight for the entire season. So hopefully he has some, he knows some weaknesses or whatever to counteract some of Chrissy's moves in order for her to be in a vulnerable situation, for Laura and Satan to put their differences aside from each other and Chrissy to come and save the day like they did in episode 1. I would appreciate that. I would. That'd be a very interesting thing to do. And that'd be a full circle And season 2 could start off with them as a full family. That's what I think season 2 is going to be now, and that's what I hope season 2 is going to be now. It's just going to be them as a full family getting into weird hijinks because the mom's a human, the dad's a demon, and the daughter's a halfling. That's exactly what it's going to be. I'm pretty sure now. But with that being said, what are your opinions on Little Demon episode 9? Let me know in the comments down below, and I'll get back to you guys as soon as I can. Do you like what Laura had to offer in her side of the story in her HAG adventures? Do you like what Chrissy had to offer in her side of the story in her hell demonic realm adventures stuff? I don't know. Or do you just appreciate it as a whole? Because I really just appreciate it as a whole. I really like this episode. And that's basically all I can say about it. So let me know your opinions in the comments down below, and I'll get back to those as soon as I can. Okay. Goodbye.